Everyone wants to be unbreakable, strong, resilient, unmovable. The kind of man who can't be shaken, can't be defeated, can't be destroyed. The kind of man who stands when everyone else falls, who endures when everyone else quits, who survives what would kill most people. Everyone wants that, but nobody wants to pay the price for it, because becoming unbreakable costs everything. And most men aren't willing to pay that price. Let me tell you what it actually costs to become unbreakable. Not the Instagram version, not the motivational speech version, the real version, the brutal, honest, uncomfortable truth about what it takes to become the kind of man who cannot be broken. Because if you're not willing to pay this price, you need to stop pretending you want to be unbreakable. You don't. You want to feel unbreakable without being unbreakable. You want the appearance without the reality, the title without the test, the reputation without the refinement. But it doesn't work that way. Never has. Never will. Unbreakable men are forged, not born. And the forging process costs everything. The first price of becoming unbreakable is pain. Not physical pain, though that's part of it. Deep, soul-level pain. The kind that makes you question everything. The kind that breaks lesser men. The kind most people spend their whole lives avoiding. You can't become unbreakable without being broken first. That's the paradox. The breaking is what creates the unbreakable. Like bones that break and heal stronger. Like metal that's melted and reforged. Like diamonds formed under impossible pressure. James 1 verses 2-4 says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing." Testing produces steadfastness. Trials create strength. Suffering builds resilience. You don't become unbreakable in comfort. You become unbreakable in crisis. In pain. In the fire that would destroy most people. Joseph spent years in prison. Job lost everything. David ran for his life. Paul was beaten, shipwrecked, stoned, imprisoned. Every unbreakable man in the Bible was first broken. Thoroughly. Completely. Repeatedly. And that breaking is what made them unbreakable. So if you want to be unbreakable, you need to accept that you're going to be broken first. Shattered. Destroyed. Reduced to nothing. And you have to endure that breaking without becoming bitter. Without giving up. Without losing faith. That's the first price. And it's not optional. The second price is loneliness. Unbreakable men walk alone. Not because they want to. Because most people can't keep up. Can't understand. Can't relate. Can't handle the level of commitment required. Your friends will think you're extreme. Your family will think you've changed. Your old circle will say you're obsessed. And they'll be right. You have changed. You are extreme. You are obsessed. Because becoming unbreakable requires extremism, obsession, total commitment. And most people aren't willing to make that commitment. So they'll fall away. They'll criticize you. They'll try to pull you back to their level. They'll make you feel guilty for wanting more, for pushing harder, for refusing to settle. Psalm 102 verses 6-7 describes this loneliness. "I am like a desert owl of the wilderness, like an owl of the waste places. I lie awake, I am like a lonely sparrow on the housetop." Lonely, like a bird alone on a roof. That's what the journey to becoming unbreakable feels like. Isolated, separated, alone. Because the path is narrow. The standards are high. The commitment is total. And most people won't walk it with you. Jesus was lonely. His disciples didn't understand him. His family thought he was crazy. The crowds only wanted what he could give them. Even in the Garden of Gethsemane, his closest friends fell asleep while he wrestled with the hardest decision of his life. If you want to be unbreakable, you have to accept loneliness. Extended periods where you're the only one working, the only one training, the only one sacrificing, the only one committed. And you have to be okay with that. Because the alternative is surrounding yourself with people who will keep you breakable, keep you weak, keep you comfortable. And comfortable men are never unbreakable. The third price is sacrifice. Everything you want now for everything you'll become later. present pleasure for future strength. Immediate gratification for long-term transformation. Unbreakable men sacrifice. Constantly. Daily. In ways nobody sees. They sacrifice sleep to train. Sacrifice money to invest. Sacrifice fun to work. Sacrifice comfort to grow. Sacrifice relationships that hold them back. Sacrifice habits that make them weak. Hebrews 12 verse 1 commands, "Let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us." Lay aside every weight. Not just sin. Every weight. Everything that slows you down. Everything that holds you back. Everything that makes you weaker instead of stronger. You have to lay it aside. Sacrifice it. Cut it out. No matter how much you like it. No matter how comfortable it makes you. That party you want to go to? Sacrifice. That relationship that drains you? Sacrifice. That habit that weakens you? Sacrifice. That comfort that softens you? Sacrifice. All of it has to go if you want to become unbreakable. Because you can't build strength while clinging to weakness. Can't become resilient while holding on to fragility. Can't be unbreakable while refusing to break away from what breaks you down. The fourth price is discipline. Brutal, relentless, everyday discipline. Doing what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. Whether you're motivated or not. Whether anyone's watching or not. Unbreakable men don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They train when they're tired. They work when they're unmotivated. They push when they want to quit. They show up when everyone else stays home. They execute when everyone else makes excuses. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 27 says, "But I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others I myself should be disqualified." Discipline my body. Keep it under control. That's the language of war. Of dominance. Of mastery. Your body wants comfort. Your flesh wants ease. Your impulses want satisfaction. And you have to discipline them. Control them. Master them. Every single day. Most men are slaves to their bodies. They eat when they're hungry. Sleep when they're tired. Quit when they're uncomfortable. Their body controls them. And men who are controlled by their bodies can never be unbreakable. Because their body will break them. Unbreakable men control their bodies. They tell their body when to eat, when to sleep, when to work, when to rest, when to push, when to endure. They're the master. Their body is the servant. And that relationship is established through discipline. Discipline to wake up early. Discipline to train hard. Discipline to eat right. Discipline to work when you don't want to. Discipline to do what you said you'd do. Discipline to be who you said you'd be. Every day. Without exception. Without excuses. That's the price. And most men aren't willing to pay it. The fifth price is identity death. The old you has to die. The weak you. The comfortable you. The version of yourself that people knew and liked and accepted. That version has to die for the unbreakable version to be born. Galatians 2 verse 20 describes this death. "I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. I have been crucified." Past tense. The old self doesn't get improved. It gets killed. Crucified. Put to death. Because you can't become unbreakable by fixing the breakable version of yourself. You have to kill that version and become someone new. This is harder than it sounds. Because people knew the old you. They're comfortable with the old you. They have expectations of the old you. And when you kill that version and become someone new, they'll resist it. They'll say you've changed. And you'll say, "I hope so." They'll say you're not the same person. And you'll say, "That's the point." They'll say they miss the old you. And you'll say, "The old me was weak. This me is unbreakable." And some of them won't accept it, won't like it, won't support it. And you'll have to let them go. Because you can't keep relationships built around the old you while trying to become the new you. It doesn't work. The sixth price is failure. Public, humiliating, devastating failure. Because becoming unbreakable requires attempting things you're not ready for. Facing challenges that exceed your current capacity. Trying and failing and trying again. And people will see you fail. They'll watch you fall. They'll witness your defeats. And some of them will judge you, mock you, use your failures as proof that you're not as strong as you think, not as capable as you claim. Proverbs 24 verse 16 says, "For the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity." The righteous falls 7 times. Not once. 7 times. Repeated failure. Public failure. Documented failure. But the difference is they rise again. Every time. That's what makes them unbreakable. Not that they don't fall. That they get back up. Unbreakable men fail more than breakable men. Because they attempt more. Risk more. Push harder. And with greater attempts come greater failures. The difference is they don't quit. Don't give up. Don't let failure define them. They fail forward. They learn from every defeat. They get stronger from every fall. They become more unbreakable with every failure. Because failure isn't the opposite of becoming unbreakable. Quitting is. The 7th price is reputation. What people think of you. What they say about you. How they perceive you. You have to be willing to lose all of it to become unbreakable. Because becoming unbreakable requires doing things people won't understand. Making decisions people won't agree with. Setting standards people will call extreme. Living in ways people will criticize. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be willing to be misunderstood, misjudged, mislabeled, called crazy, called obsessed, called extreme, called too much, and not let it change your course. Nehemiah 6 verse 3 gives the perfect response. "I am doing a great work and I cannot come down." People wanted him to stop, to meet with them, to explain himself, to justify his actions. And he refused, because his work was more important than their opinions. That's the mindset of unbreakable men. I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down. Not to explain myself. Not to defend myself. Not to make you comfortable with my choices. I'm becoming unbreakable. And that's more important than your approval. The 8th price is comfort. All of it. Everything that makes life easy. Everything that makes you soft. Everything that lets you coast. It all has to go. Unbreakable men are perpetually uncomfortable. They train in conditions that hurt. They work at levels that drain. They push to thresholds that break most people. They choose hard when easy is available. Cold when warm is comfortable. Pain when pleasure is an option. 2 Timothy 2 verse 3 commands, "Share in suffering as a good soldier of Christ Jesus." Share in suffering. Not avoid suffering. Share in it. Embrace it. Seek it out. Because suffering is what creates unbreakable soldiers. Comfortable men are breakable men. Boys. Without exception. You can't stay comfortable and become unbreakable. You have to choose one. And most men choose comfort. Then wonder why they're so weak. So fragile. So easily broken. The 9th price is time. Years of your life. Dedicated to the process. Given to the transformation. Invested in becoming unbreakable. Not weeks. Not months. Years. Maybe decades. There's no shortcut to becoming unbreakable. No hack. No quick fix. No 30-day program. It takes years of consistent effort. Years of daily discipline. Years of sacrifice and suffering and struggle. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness being prepared. David spent years running from Saul. Paul spent years after his conversion before his ministry began. Jesus spent 30 years in obscurity before 3 years of public ministry. If you want to be unbreakable, you have to accept that it's going to take time. A lot of time. More time than you want to give. More time than seems fair. But that time is the price. And there's no way around it. The 10th price is actually becoming unbreakable. And here's what nobody tells you. Being unbreakable comes with its own cost. Once you become that man, once you develop that strength, you can't go back. You can't unknow what you know. Can't unbecome what you've become. And people will expect things from you now. They'll lean on you, depend on you, come to you in their crisis, look to you for strength. And you won't be able to break. Not because you don't want to, because they need you not to. That's the burden of being unbreakable. You become the pillar everyone else leans on, the strength everyone else borrows, the rock everyone else stands on. And you can't crumble, can't collapse. Can't break down. Because too many people need you to stay standing. Isaiah 50 verse 7 describes this resolve. Therefore I have set my face like a flint, and I know that I shall not be put to shame. Set my face like a flint, like stone, unmovable, unbreakable. That's what you become. And once you become that, you carry that responsibility forever. So here's the question. Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to endure the pain? Walk through the loneliness? Make the sacrifices? Live the discipline? Die to your old identity? Fail publicly? Lose your reputation? Give up comfort? Invest the time? Bear the burden? Because that's what it costs. All of it. Nothing less. And if you're not willing to pay that price, that's okay. Most men aren't. But then you need to stop saying you want to be unbreakable. Because you don't. You want to feel unbreakable without paying what it costs to become unbreakable. But if you are willing to pay the price, if you're willing to endure whatever it takes, if you're committed to becoming unbreakable no matter the cost, then start paying. Today. This moment. Choose the pain over comfort, the loneliness over fake companionship, the sacrifice over indulgence, the discipline over impulse, the death of who you were over the comfort of who you are, the failure over playing it safe, the criticism over approval, the discomfort over ease, the time over shortcuts, the responsibility over freedom. Pay the price. Every day. Without complaining. Without quitting. Without looking back. And one day, you'll realize you've become what you set out to become. Unbreakable. Not because nothing can hurt you, but because nothing can break you. Not because you don't feel pain, but because pain doesn't stop you. Not because you never fall, but because you always get back up. That's what unbreakable means. And that's what it costs to become it. Everything. Absolutely everything. But here's what they don't tell you. What you become is worth infinitely more than what you pay. The unbreakable version of yourself is worth every moment of pain, every day of loneliness, every sacrifice, every failure, every criticism, every uncomfortable moment. Because when you're unbreakable, you're free. Free from fear. Free from weakness. Free from the limitations that trap most men. Free to do what God called you to do. Free to be who God created you to be. Free to stand when everyone else falls. That freedom is worth the price. That strength is worth the cost. That transformation is worth everything. So pay it and become unbreakable.